everybody, it's Lynn here from Destiny Fulfilled. I do hope that today finds you well. This reading is our weekly pick a card reading. It will be from the 23rd to the 29th of November 2020 if you're watching this when I first post it, or it will be for the 7 days ahead of whenever you get to watch this video. Now the timestamps will all be in the description box below, as is any information about how to contact me, or if you wish to book a private reading with me, information's there on how you can go about doing that. I will now clear my space, shuffle and deal the cards, and I'll see you at the pick a card portion of the reading. Welcome back everybody. This is the pick a card portion of today's reading. Again, it's for the week of the 23rd to the 29th of November 2020, or in the next 7 days if you're reading this outside of when I posted it. If you haven't done pick a card readings before, all you need to do is just pick a pile, either by meditating on it or which one you feel drawn to the most, either by the picture of the door, which I'll show you, or the crystal. And then in the timestamps below will be the timestamps. You just click on the pile that you've picked and that will take you to the reading. This is pile number 1, and this is for this door or this crystal. Group number 2 is this door or this crystal. Group number 3 is this door or this crystal. And group number 4 is this door or this crystal. Pause the video if you need to, and I'll see you at the pile that you've picked. Also, if you think that if these readings resonate with you, then please hit that like button. If you wish, you can subscribe by hitting the subscribe button and the notification bell so you know when I post my videos. Also, if you think it will help somebody else, please share that with them. And leave me a comment below if this resonated with you, or if it didn't resonate with you. Let me know. I'd love to hear how these cards actually resonate and feel for you in this next coming week. Group number 4, number 3, number 2, and number 1. Welcome group number 1. This is your pick a card reading for the week ahead. It is for the 23rd to the 29th of November. or in the next 7 days if you're watching this outside of that time frame. I will just pop these to the side. Let's see what's going on for our lovely group number ones. Oh, I'm loving this energy so far. Lovely. Okay, so the cards that we have are the Magician, the Eight of Wands, and the Six of Pentacles, all upright. We have the Waning Crescent 2, Resistance, number 25. We have number 38, Heal the Ouch. We have the Knight of Swords, and we have 21, Coed Grove. Okay, let's see what's going on for our lovely group number one. So the first card that we have, group number one, is the Magician. To me, this is my most favourite card in the whole deck. You know, this is somebody who is in their power. They are fully centered in the and grounded in the earth, but they're also connected to the spiritual or magical realm as well. So they're able to use all of the resources at their availability, so what they have around them, to produce the things that they want to manifest in their life at this time. This is truly one of power. It is one of creation, creativity, you know, manifestation, you know, bringing into reality the things that you wish to bring into your life at this time. A very, very, very powerful card to start your reading off, group number ones. Then we have the Eight of Wands, and this talks about speed. Now, it could be something manifesting very quickly for you at this time. I'm not really, I mean, it could, we've got the Six of Pentacles on the table, so it could be in relation for some of you to your work or material life in some way, but you know, because this is a general reading and we're all at different on different journeys and experiencing different situations, you know, just take how this resonates for you in whatever area of life that it does. But for me, the Eight of Wands is swift action. So you know, I feel that whatever it is you're trying to manifest in your life at this time is going to occur very quickly. I also get, you know, the meaning of a message coming your way in a very short period of time. So that could be significant for some as well. Then we have the Six of Pentacles, and the Six of Pentacles talks about giving and receiving. And to me, this means that in your material life, you have enough abundance so that you can give freely to others, but also receive freely from others as well. So for those of you that are, you know, your financial situation is not as robust as what you would like it to be at this point in time, then know that there will be some offer of assistance in some way coming to you this week. However, if you know, your finances and your material life are feeling very abundant for you in this time, this is a reminder that you know, it is beneficial for you to actually be giving as well as receiving at this point in time. You know, and that's what I feel abundance is all about, right? It is having enough so that you can share with others and receive their bounty as well as give them your bounty, right? To me, that's what life's all about. It's about sharing, helping others to live the best lives that we possibly can at this point in time. Then we have resistance, and I feel that this is you letting go of some form of resistance that you have had in or around you for a short period of time or a longer period of time is actually the message that I'm getting. So there's something in your life which you're holding on to very tightly, which you need to let go of or release that tight grip on, so that it's not feeling as restricted or constricted as it might be feeling at this point in time. Now, this can be in any area of your life, right? But the message I'm getting is, if you want your abundance to grow, if you want your abundance to fertilize and become more than what it is, you need to let go of some form of resistance that you have around this. Now, it could be in your thoughts or beliefs, it could be in your actions, it could be in the way that you respond to abundance, in the way that you currently do now. So have a look at something which you might feel is constricting or blocking that abundance from flowing more freely, is what I'm trying to actually say there. So let go is the message that I'm getting from that card. The next card that we have is Heal the Ouch. And I'm thinking, the first thing that I get when I think about this card in relation to the card that we've just been talking about is that this is something that needs to be healed within you. Whatever this resistance is, whatever this constriction is, whatever this constraint is that you have around you, and I'm feeling quite strongly that for the majority of you, this resistance, this constraint, this restriction is one of your making. It's not the truth of the situation. So take that how it resonates for you. When you let that go, this will heal something that has been open within you for some time, some inner wound that you've had, or some inner belief or thought that has constrained you in some way from fully experiencing the magical powers that you have within you, to fully tap into the abundance that is waiting there for you. So open yourself up, do the work that's necessary this week to really get to the bottom of what this is for you, and then to open that wound up and let it start to heal, so that you can then move forward in a more abundant way. Then we have the Knight of Swords. So this, for me, this particular placement of the card can either represent, energies that you've been in the recent past, or energies that you've been, or energies that you will be moving into in the near future. And for me, I'm feeling that this card is where you need to move to. So if you have a look at this card, this knight here is, he's gone in and he's rescued this goose or duck, goose probably, and he's leaving behind a very obvious abundance that's there, but instead he's taking the goose with him, because he recognizes that money isn't all that abundance is, right? Money is just one form of abundance. And the goose here, if we look at what would happen in his life if he took the goose, yes, he could buy some more stuff here, right, if he took the money with him, but at some point that money's going to run out, right? And unless he can make some more, then he's going to find himself in a similar situation that he probably is in at this point in time, right? But because he's got the goose, and he's also got some, I assume they're wheat sheaths, right? So he's taking those with him, and my thoughts on this is that these can continue to feed him, for a significant longer period of time than money might, right? So the goose can keep continuing laying eggs, and when she gets to the point where she can no longer do that, then obviously he has the animal to eat at that point as well. And he has the wheat here, which then he can gather the seeds and plant them, right, and then grow, his food needs on a more reliable basis. So for me, this is all about being very cognizant of what abundance means for you. And it may be money, but it may not be. Abundance takes many, many, many different forms. So that is something that I think is an energy that all of us need to move to, right? Some of it, I know there are some people out there who are very aware and understanding of, how abundance plays out in their life in a non-monetary way. But many of us, when we first hear the word abundance, the first thing that we think of is money, right? And it may not necessarily be, but it also may be as well. It's whatever means the most for you. So really have a think about, and I think these three cards together, really indicate a little journey that you need to go on this week to really have a look at how your mind, your feelings, your behaviours, your intentions, your unconscious and conscious thoughts and beliefs are around abundance in your material life at this point in time. Then we have number 21, which is Coad Grove. I'm just going to read from the Celtic Tree Oracle. Now, the Ogham initially started off with 20, and this is number 21. So in the recent past, they've added 5 more cards which have significant meanings around them, but also because the Ogham initially was an alphabet of some sort, used by our ancient ancestors in the Celtic world. They then added 5 more, which brought in some sounds that weren't there before. So 21 Coad Grove. This is also a calendar as well. So if we're looking for some timing around things that you're waiting on, in the northern hemisphere it's saying October 31, and in the southern hemisphere it's saying April 30. So that might have some meaning for those that have asked a particular question, or when something will manifest for you. It's actually also in relation to the celebration of Samhain, which is October 31 or April 30, depending on where you are in the world. Now, the key words for Coad Grove are all knowledge, silence, meditation, prayer, initiation, great spirit, source, the mystery, the temple, sacred places, unity, oneness, community, tree teachings, divinity, recommitment to the spiritual path, communication with ancestors, connection with spirit, unity consciousness, universal intelligence, totems, guides and deities on the spiritual plane, loved ones and animals who have passed over. When you receive the Grove in a reading, you are asked to reconnect to what is spiritually meaningful to you and to give your gratitude. This is time to consider the sacred and connect with spirit or source. Take time to sit in silence and review your year. Listen for messages from the ancestors, meditate, contemplate death. The Celts readily made space for the dead and believed that they sent healing, guidance and support for the living. What messages are they sending you? Remember that these beings are your support team and that you are loved and cherished. Perhaps your relatives were limited within their personalities while they were alive, and your history with them is not that positive. In spirit, however, they are open to a greater sense of wisdom and love to share with you. The Grove represents your community. Spend time with like-minded others in ritual and ceremony. Reconnect with your source together in celebration and with gratitude. Do you have a place that is sacred to you? Do you have a spiritual group or temple, grove, centre or church that is meaningful to you? Do you have a spiritual practice that supports you? What spiritual lineages have relevance for you? It is time to seek answers to these questions. If you have no answers, it is time to include the spiritual within your life. Explore what has true meaning for you. It is time to develop a spiritual practice. So that is a very strong message that is coming through from the Ogham. And I think, if you're not spiritually inclined and that message doesn't resonate with you, then connect to your higher self. Connect to that part within you that has all-knowing, all-seeing, has much wisdom for you to tap into and help guide you along the way. For those that are spiritually inclined, then that message is very clear. It is time to connect with your spiritual team, time to bring in a spiritual practice into your daily life to help support you as you journey through your life. We then have the Heart and Soul Oracle cards. Do not discount your imagination, for it is through an inspired thought that something beautiful is created. You will soon be inspired by an inner vision. Your imagination is real. It can and will become your reality if you trust in the power of love. The imagination is a magical and creative force full of endless possibility. So another, open yourself up to creativity. Open yourself up to tapping into your imagination. Spend time in meditation, spend time in quiet, spend time just to allow your thoughts to percolate, right? So many of us, we get caught up in the doing that we forget to just be, just to sit in silence, to sit in quietness, to sit in and let those thoughts and feelings bubble up from where we've pressed them down because we've been too busy to deal with them, So this is part of what the magician does, right? The magician is truly centered between both the metaphysical and the physical, right? He's able to draw on the powers and energies of both or all realms, right? That's what his strength is. He knows how to tap into the seen and the unseen, to use all of the resources at his disposal to manifest, create, and bring into reality that which he wishes to bring in. We then have from the Sea Melodies Oracle, we have dance. Take inspiration from the moonlight dancing on the surface of the sea. So to me, this is indicating movement, right? And it can be also the other message that I'm getting is tune into the dance of the universe, right? Which is what the magician does. So that's one very strong message that's coming through. And if we just take it at its literal meaning, it's about movement, it's about dancing, it's about moving your body, getting into the rhythm, allowing those energies to move in, through and around you as you move your body to music specifically. Let your inner dance diva come out at some point this week and help shift some energy that may be feeling stuck for you. Then your divine door message. This was the door that you chose, and it is morning memory. Its healing gift runs a destined course. The morning dawn, our inspired source. Meditate under the sun. So again, you're getting another message here to meditate, to slow down, to allow those thoughts, those feelings, those understandings to come up from deep within and, come through to the surface so that you can examine and understand what those meanings are for you at this time. Then we have our third eye chakra crystal. So if your third eye is in balance, you will be feeling intuitive, perceptive. Your imagination will be active and easily accessed. Your memory will feel really good and on point. You will be able to think symbolically and you will be able to visualize easily. If it's underactive, you may be feeling insensitive, cut off, in emotionally as well. Poor memory, difficulty in seeing the future. Your imagination may be hard to tap into or non-existent. And you could also be using denial as a coping mechanism. If it's overactive though, you may be experiencing delusions or hallucinations. You may be feeling obsessively in your thoughts or in your feelings about one or more things. You may have difficulty in concentrating. You may be feeling scattered, that's unable to sort of rein it all in and get centered. You may also be experiencing nightmares. And as I usually say, only you will know how that resonates for you this week. If you think your third eye chakra is under or overbalanced or overactive, I should say, then please you can access some videos on YouTube to bring them into alignment and do some healing in that area, or you can visit a energy healer or a Reiki, get some Reiki done. So that's it for the cards. Now I'll just do your charm reading for you. Let me just get myself situated. So this is my charm casting board. For those of you that haven't been here before, welcome. Now this little bowl that I'm putting in the middle is anything that falls in there will be in for a focus for you this week. And then we'll go and have a look in detail at what lands in and around the different areas of your life which this casting board represents. So I'm just going to give them a bit of a shuffle. Whoa, we've got a lot in your focus bowl. That's a lot of charms. Anyway, I'm just turning them over so I can see what they are. There we go. Oops, crystals everywhere. Just making sure I can see what they are. Trying not to move them. Okay. Is that one King Cat? Crown. Okay. So in your focus bowl, you've got quite a lot that fell in there. So the first one is the tree, or I actually think of this as the family tree, right? So my first thing would be family is going to be important to you this week. If that doesn't resonate with you, then it could also be nature. I'm just going to pop all these in that one because there's nothing landed in there while I read them. Then we've got the death symbol or poison. So I get a couple of different meanings for this one. There could be some toxic behavior that is around you this week. Just be mindful of that, and if that resonates with you. Or this also indicates death for me, so there's some sort of ending that is occurring for you this week. Then we have the coin, so that's money. So money will be of importance to you this week. Just for you, this is a star, so this is one of hope, one of hopefulness. We've also got the Bible, which is a charm that my grandmother gave to me. So for me, this represents spirituality. It represents what we've talked about in your cards as well, right? Then we have this beautiful aqua crystal, which for me is all about healing. This one also for me, I get intuition with this particular one as well. So trust your intuition on that. We also have a flower, which again is nature. So ground yourself, be grounded, take some time to be in nature this week. We also have the peace symbol, which I just can't get out of the bowl. There we go. And for me, the message that I'm getting from this is, look for peace this week. Look for, treat your situations with bringing peace as your priority. Then we have two swans, and for me, in the shape of a love heart. So this is all about a relationship, a love relationship in particular. Then we have the hammer, and the hammer for me is a tool, and for me that is work that needs to be done this week. So there's some work to be done in an area of your life which is of importance to you at this time, and it's something that's significant that needs to occur. Just pop all those back in, and I'll just pop them over to the side there. So inside the circle, which is going to be important for you this week, but not necessarily a focus, we have the angel. So again, that's spirituality. And we have the Hansa sign, which is about protection. So there may be some form of protection that you may need to put around you. So you may need to work some intentions or magic around protections this week for you, or protect something that you feel very strongly about this week. Then we have the butterfly, which is all about transformation. Then we have the witch's hat, which I'll leave it as lying down here because it's in between your career and business, and that is that something magical is going to occur, something synchronistic, something serendipitous is going to occur within your career or business life. Or it could mean that there is some magic that needs to be woven around your career or business. So for those of you that do practice the craft, you might need to do a prosperity spell or a success spell or something like that around your career and business. Then we have money matters, and this horse here is in between both money and career, and this is stand in your own power, right? This is being really grounded in your own power and making sure that you're working from your strongest position that is within you at this point in time. Then we have the puppy dog, which is all about loyalty for me, and that's in your money matters area. Moving across to family, we have, what is this? We have the mermaid. So the mermaid again is all about, some emotional type experiences that you will have in relation to your family life at this time. Physical environment, we have the tennis. So for me, the tennis is all about sport. Sport for me represents movement. So if I relate that to the physical environment, it might be time to have a bit of a clear up, move the energies that are within your physical environment at this stage. On the edge here we have the moon and the stars, so something that is unknown is going to come to light this week, and it will be something that brings hope to you. Then we have the cat. It's in between physical and health and well-being, and that is trusting your intuition. So if you think that something's particularly not quite right this week, follow that through, understand, trust your intuition and follow the promptings that it's sending you. Then we have the crown, and this is all about being in your own sovereign power. That is, making sure that your actions, where you're coming from, is coming from a place within you that is where your power resources lie, right? Being in your strength, being the queen or king of your life. Then we have the crab. The crab to me is not necessary. It's going after what you want, but not necessarily in a direct line. So the crab can scuttle from side to side as it makes its way around. And this is talking for some sort of flexibility that may be required in your health and well-being. Then we have the teacup, and it's just etching into your physical environment. So it could be pertinent for some of you, but for me, sorry, I just nudged that. For me, that represents, looking at what you're eating and drinking this week may bring some benefit to you. Just get some understanding around the fuel and the, the liquid and the water that, or the drink that you are putting in your body, and what you're putting in, is that supporting your body in the best way possible, or are there some changes that need to be made? Then we move into your spirituality and growth, and we have the amethyst crystal, which is all about healing. So there's some healing in that area. We've also got the mirror, which to me is, what is being reflected to you at this time, or what messages are you receiving at this time from those in your spiritual realm who wish to connect with you. Then we have the bunny rabbit, which is all about growth. Sorry, let me get that into frame. The bunny rabbit here, which is all about growth, all about growing and understanding, and following the natural cycles is another message that's coming through. Just outside of both spirituality and romance, we've got grapes, which is fruitful, so that could be pertinent for some of you. Excuse me. Then we have, what is this? We have the anchor in romance and relationships. So this, to me, I get two messages with the anchor. So I'll tell you both and you take which one resonates with you. One is that the anchor is a safety mechanism, right? So it's something that we drop to keep our boat safe from crashing into the, or beaching itself or crashing into rocks. So that could be a message for some of you. The other one is also that the anchor can stop us from moving forwards. So, have we dropped an anchor in the water where we don't necessarily have to have one at this stage? And is that stopping us from moving forwards in possibly a romance or friendship that is some sort of anchor of your own making? Do you have a look at what you've got at play in those areas and see whether that anchor is one that's keeping you safe and you want to keep it there, or one that you've dropped unconsciously or consciously, but it's now time to pull it up and move forward. We have the fork, which is all about nutrition, feeding. So there's, you may go out to dinner this week with either friends or a romantic other. We've got the cat, which again is all about intuition and sorry, I'm just trying to think of the right word. Being independent is what I wanted to say there. So, looking at your intuition and looking at your behaviour and making sure that it's of an independent kind in relation to romance and partnerships. Then we have the key, which, to me says you have everything that you need around you at this point in time to develop or do whatever you want to do, I should say, in relation to romance and partnerships at this time. Now, definitely could be partnerships, friendships. Now, outside of the circle, we'll just do a quick tour around. We've got the elephant, which is all about family, loyalty, wisdom is another message that I get from the elephant as well. We have the key again, which is all about, you've got the resources that you need with you at this point in time. You have it already within you. Don't go looking outside of yourself. Then we have the death or poison charm again. So you got that before. Where was it? I do remember seeing it in your focus bowl. So there could be a toxic, again, that's just reinforcing that there could be a toxic environment around you at this point, or it could be that there is an ending of some sort coming through. Then here we have the mermaid again, which is all about emotions, about letting those emotions flow freely. Then we have down here, I'll just spin this around so that we can get into this bottom corner more easily. We have the heart, which is in relation to love. So there will be, maybe you need to express your love, your appreciation for somebody this week. We have the tennis racket again, and it's sort of just outside your business. But for me, this could also indicate some to and froing. So if there are discussions that are occurring in or around your career or business, there may be some to and froing going on this week as you work through, coming to consensus. Then we have the teddy bear here, which is all about children or your inner child. So there may be some work there, or you may be involved with some children. You've got music, so there's some music. Music may be beneficial to you this week, so make sure that you spend time. Again, we've got protection. The gun for me is all about protection, and we had that message elsewhere, so that is what's coming forth. We have the deer, which is all about, to me, the deer is my sacred animal symbol, right? So for me, it represents spirituality. And that's the message that I get when I get this deer symbol, is that there is something within my spiritual world that needs my attention at this point in time. We have the poison again, guys. So there is some sort of toxic environment or an ending that is definitely coming your way this week. We have the bee, which means pollination, so something that you're working on, you need to feed it, you need to pollinate it, you need to help it grow. So that is, in play for you. We've also got this sort of ram's head, so there could be some, and again it's in just in your money matters, so it could be in relation to your money matters. It is, the butting of heads. Are you continually doing something with your money that causes you problems, yet you do it over and over and over again? So have a think about that. Then we have the aeroplane, which indicates travel of some sort. Given the restrictions that we've got in place, it could just be local travel, but usually when I see that and everything is as we normally would have it, it would indicate some overseas travel as well for me when I get that. Then we've got the cat again, which is all about independence. So a lot of your messages are being reinforced several times over. And lastly, we have some more amethyst, which is all about healing. And that is it, my lovely group number ones. That's your charm reading for today. If you like what you... Oops, sorry, I've just dropped my microphone. Bear with me while I clip you back in. Sorry about that. If you like what you've seen today, or if it resonates with you, then hit that like button. Leave me a comment and let me know how my readings go for you in your everyday life and how they're playing out. If you wish to share, I'd be really interested to know. If you wish to subscribe, hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you know when I upload things. And if you think that this would be beneficial to somebody else, then please share that with them. But that is all I have, group number ones. I think you've got a really positive week ahead of you. Some work to be done on your how you view manifestation, how you view magic, how you view something that is causing you some resistance, as we spoke about earlier. But I think overall a really, really, really positive week. That is all I have, my dears. Take care, and I'll see you at the next reading. In love and light. Okay, lovely group number twos. For those of you that picked either this door or this crystal, just pop those to one side. Let's see what's going on. We've got the Queen of Swords, the Star, Seven of Pentacles, Nourishment, which is number 7, Waxing Crescent number 5. We've got Coming Together number 8. We've got the Ace of Pentacles, I should say, number 1 of Pentacles, and we have number 20, Io or You. What is going on for our lovely group number twos? So the Queen of Swords, the first card that we'll talk about is the Queen of Swords. She's all about clarity. She's all about cutting through the crap, cutting through the rubbish, cutting through the politics, getting straight to the point and getting clarity around a situation so that she can move freely forward, very secure in the knowledge that she knows exactly what she wants, how to go about it, and makes her plans accordingly. She's a very she cuts through all the bullshit. She cuts through all of the rubbish that sometimes surrounds us when we're either working on something within ourselves or working on something with others. So very clear and direct vision is available to you this week, group number 2s. Then we have the Star. And the Star for me is always one of hope, being hopeful, being hope-filled. The Star comes to us after the Tower has come through and been destroyed, right? The next card that we get on our journey is the Star. And for me, this is all about hope, hopefulness. It's all about believing in the magic. It could also be for some of you that your star is rising. Whatever you're working on is starting to build and come to fruition. This card for me also represents fame. So for some that will be relevant. Either you wanting to be known for something, or you will become known for something. So take that how it resonates for you and in your life. Remember, this is a general reading. We're all on different journeys. We all have different experiences and situations. So just take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Then we have the Seven of Pentacles. Now the Seven of Pentacles for me is all about choice. You've worked hard, you've planted the seeds for something. If we have a look at this particular picture, it's very abundant. Those seeds are well planted. It's starting to show some fruition is coming. But now the decision is, what do you do now? Do you leave it be and let it grow? Or do you, harvest something? Do you move on to something else? So there is a decision of some sort that you need to make this week, and it probably comes after you get some clarity around something, after there is something that becomes much more clear to you. Then we have the waxing crescent number 5, nourishment, and this is all about nourishing your mind, body and soul, your spirit, making sure that all of the areas of your life are appropriately nourished and receiving the nutrients that they need to flourish really well. So for your physical self, it's what the food that you put in your body, the water that you put in your body, or the drink that you put in your body, making sure that you're drinking enough, you're eating foods that feed your body, nourish them and make it strong. For other parts of your life, for your spiritual life, are your spiritual practices still nourishing you, or do you need to tweak them in some way or completely change them in some way? The choice is yours. Mind, body, in your mind, what food are you putting into your mind? Are you putting positive type thoughts into your mind, or are you putting more negative based thoughts and beliefs into your mind? Again, only you will know what's relevant for you, but this is all taking advice for you to take the time to really understand about all the areas of your life and how you are or are not nourishing them at this time. And because this card number 8 coming together is in reverse, I truly believe this is a solo journey that you're on this week. Some weeks we talk about being in community, we talk about being surrounded by people, but for this all of these symbols are all except for this one, and it's in reverse, they're all single pictures, they're all single images, right? So one person, one person, one person, one person, one person, and this is reversed. So for me, I think that this is definitely a week where this is a journey just for you that you need to take. This is a journey based on you that needs to be taken this week, not one that involves particularly others in this case, which, this is a very different message to what group number 1 got, right? So this is all about looking at you, what's working for you in relation to just you. not in relation to anybody else or anything else. Then we have the Ace of Pentacles. Now, this could be energy that you've been in the recent past or energy that you're moving into in the near future. I do believe this is where you're moving towards. This is an offer. This is a spark of an idea. This is a new venture. This is a new business. This is a new understanding. This is something new, a spark of an idea or an inclination, or some form of offer that is opening up for you, which is being offered or by the universe to you this week, and it is just for you, is what I'm the message that's coming through quite clearly there. Then we have number 20, which is IHO, I should say, or you. I will read from the Celtic Tree Oracle for this particular card. So this is a chieftain card. So first of all, the chieftain card is the equivalent to a major arcana. So such as the star here, that is a significant message that's coming through for you today. It's not one that's just, on the lower scale of importance. This is an important message. So the number 20 IOU keywords are death and rebirth, legacies, ancestors, transition, transformation, transmutation, reincarnation, endings and beginnings, regeneration. So for me, this very much aligns with the death card, right? When you get this card in a reading, expect some sort of ending. What are you done with? What have you completed? What have you had enough of? What is asking you to let it go? You may not know where you are going, but you don't need to. The you asks you to embrace change and follow the process. Something is dissolving so that something new can be birthed. If you are dealing with the death of something or someone, grief is appropriate, of course, but also be open to messages from those who have passed through the veil. You is here to assure you that death is only a threshold into another dimension of existence. Communication is possible with those who have passed over. Your loved ones are not lost to you. Look to the synchronicities and dreams. Transformation and transmutation involve evolutional changes. We become something new. We are rebirthed at a new level of awareness and consciousness. It is time for prayer, silence, and the contemplation of the mysteries and the unknown. Are you truly living your life? Can you create a bigger life? Are you willing to have Source work through you to create beauty, harmony, and peace for the world? You will connect you to your ancestors and to the places from which they came. There is much ancient knowledge here to access. Are you open to their guidance? So some very powerful questions there to ask yourself, to work through. And again, this could be exactly what you're doing this week, is that you are working through some very important questions to come to some important clarity or vision or understanding within yourself this week that will help you move forward in a much more strength-filled position than what you possibly feel coming into the week. Then we have your Heart and Soul Oracle card. All is possible when your heartfelt vision is in alignment with your values. Believe in your dream, love it, breathe it, and let it fill your thoughts. But you must also take action. Work towards it a little each day until it becomes your primary action. Dreams are first envisaged, but then they must be built. You will succeed if you work at it. And I think that's one of the most important lessons any of us could learn, that yes, we do work with spirit, we do work with the unknown to manifest things into our life, but it also takes action, it also takes effort, it also takes us doing the work to bring that in, to bring it, to make it our focus, to make it our priority, and work towards what it is we're dreaming of. Very important advice there. From the Sea Melodies Oracle, we have protection. Keep some aquamarine close. Mermaids' tears have been known to create these precious gems. So that is, indicating that some protection is needed for you, either on an energetic or spiritual level or in your physical environment. Again, only you will know. The advice there is, if you can get your hands on some aquamarine, that might be beneficial to a lot of you at this point in time. Then we have, turned it upside down, this particular door. The Odyssey. Take in the beauty of country lands and botany. Explore the wonder like a gypsy traveller's odyssey. So for me, this is talking about, being in nature, spending time in nature, going for a walk in nature, being grounded in nature, making, use nature and her abundance, beauty, to nurture, to inform, and to help you as your journey progresses this week. Then we have the throat chakra crystal. So for me, when this is in balance, you are a good listener, you communicate clearly, you're living creatively, your voice resonates, and you have a really good sense of rhythm and movement when you talk. When it's overactive, you may talk too much, you may be defensive in your communications, you may be unable to listen, you may be involved in gossiping, you may interrupt conversations, or your voice may be overly dominant during this time. If it's underactive, you may be afraid to speak up. You may have difficulty in putting your words and feelings, expressing them clearly this week. You may feel shy, your voice may be feeling weak, and you may have poor rhythm and timing when you're speaking. Only you will know how this is for you this week. If you think it's overactive, then take the time and go on to YouTube and look for a meditation which can bring that back into alignment and do some healing, or you can, of course, visit, get some Reiki or some energy healing done. Now onto your charm reading. So this is my charm casting mat. The bowl in the middle, whatever falls in there will be your focus for this week, and then whatever falls around we will read into what that might be. Okay, now I'll hold this up because my little filming space is so tiny. I'm just turning them round so that I can see what they are. Okay, so in our focus bowl we've got the trumpet. So for me that is blowing your own horn, right? There is, so this week it's time to actually speak up, speak your truth, especially if, the message that's coming to mind is if you're going for a job interview, blow your own horn, speak up and say what the good things are that you can bring to that role, or if you're in another situation, stand up for yourself. Then we have the key. The key is that you have within you or around you exactly what you need at this point to be able to progress. We also have the fairy, so lighten up, have a little bit of fun. There could be some mischief around you this week, so also be wary of that. If we go into our romance and partnerships, we've got the Tree of Life, which to me is all about family. So that's, it could be a significant other, but it also is very much in relation to family, into those types of relationships. We have a genie bottle, which was a charm gifted to me by my grandmother, and that was sort of lying between romance and leisure and social life, but that is, a wish coming true. Just outside of both romance and partnerships, we have the star again. So the stars come up again for you, which is something hope, hopefulness, some sort of fame, some sort of star rising type feeling or meaning for that. In our spirituality and personal growth, we have the leaf, which is all about being grounded, all about spending time in nature, all about for me, nature is part of spirituality. They're just not separate things, right? And that's what that message is there. Then we have the dog, which is all about loyalty, faithfulness. Have a look at your faith and see where it might need strengthening, or if you think that it needs strengthening at all, it might not, right? It's whatever works for you, but that's all about faithfulness. Then we have love and connection. So again, because it's in your spirituality and personal growth, looking at how you think about love and how that's playing out in your spiritual life this week might be important. Again, then we have the tree for me, which is tree of life, which again is nature. It's all about source. Looking at your lineage, looking at your ancestry, looking at those DNA type things that have come through, which are important to your spiritual and personal growth life. Crossing health and well-being and spiritual life, we also have the goddess. So the goddess is that, for me, she's my deity. She is who I worship. She is my representation of God, or the all-knowing, or source, or spirit, whatever word you use for that. So for me, that is being in connection with the divine. Now it could be within your spiritual and personal growth, but also in your health and well-being, and only you will know which one is right for you. Just outside health and well-being, we have the dog bone, and to me that is food, right? It's food that we give our animals. It's how are you feeding your health and well-being? There's also the scales, which talks about balance being needed, and there's also the skull and crossbone, which talks about some sort of toxicity. So there could be something that's toxic in and around your health and well-being this week. It could be in your emotions, it could be in your physical well-being, something that's upsetting you physically or mentally this week. And then we have the key, and again, the key is you have whatever you need already with you to open up that lock and move forward. In your physical environment, we have some good luck coming to you in your physical environment. Maybe something that you've been wanting to do for your physical environment will be coming to fruition, and the way that it comes to fruition will be through some lucky event that's coming through. Then we have, what is this? It is somebody playing some sort of sport. So there could be sporting activities for you. We also have the boat, which to me is about movement. It's about travel. It's about a journey that you're going on. So that is in relation to your family, in your career or business. We have the unicorn, so there is something magical going to occur for you, but also the unicorn is a horse, right? And the horse to me is all about standing in your own power, and I think that's a very important message for some. The other one that we have is the starfish, and the starfish for me is all about observation, right? The starfish just sits on the side of the fish tank, or wherever it is in nature, on the side of rocks or coral, and it observes. So there is something that you need to observe, something that you need to see this week in your career or business that will help you progress as the week moves through. Then we're turning into money matters. So money matters, we have the Celtic cross, for me, which is all about everything is connected, right? So something in your money matters that is coming up for you this week, please know that it is fully connected to every other area of your life. It is not something that has happened in isolation. It is connected fully. So something you are doing, something that you are experiencing has its root cause is within some area of your life. That's an important message. The other one is there is a tennis racket which is sitting between leisure and social life. So one of the things is sporting activities. So again, leisure and social life might be, maybe centered around a sporting activity this week or something like that. But it also could indicate some toing and froing, right? So you may be trying to set up a dinner date with somebody, and there's some toing and froing going backwards and forwards while you sort that out. Or in your money matters, to me that could also indicate robbing from Peter to pay Paul, right? So shifting your money around to sort of, make ends meet may be an issue for you this week. But we do have some amethyst, so and it's sitting borderline between both leisure and social life and money matters. So for me, that is healing. there is healing coming into either or both of those areas for you at this time. Then we have the mermaid. The mermaid for me is all about your emotions, so making sure that you're aware of and conscious of your emotions this week and how they may be interacting with you and your experiences. You know, sometimes they're a very strong driver, and quite often we do it unconsciously with our emotions. What this is asking you to do is to be more mindful. But then we also have the sun, right? And the sun is all about, you know, a new beautiful day. So for me, this is just outside money matters, and so for me, if you are struggling financially, what that tells me is that there is some light at the end of the tunnel coming for you. There is some relief to the, especially if it's a difficult situation that you've been in with your money matters, that there is relief coming your way. We have the moon, so something unknown is being revealed. We have the bunny rabbit, so that's all about abundance, birth, creativity. You know, there is growth in that area, especially coming towards your career or business. Then we have the peace stuff, so there is also peace coming to a situation that you may have been experiencing of late in your career or business. It's not directly in there yet, but it's coming towards you. So there is, you know, again, there is a more peaceful feelings around a particular work or business situation for you. So that is your charm reading for this week, lovely group number 2s. I do hope that you have a wonderful week. I do think that this is a really strong, powerful week for you to, you know, really dig deep, get some clarity around some thoughts, the feelings, beliefs, or a situation that you may be involved in. Really strong. The other thing that I've just noticed here is that, you know, there is a cup here which is it looks like it's imprisoned, right? And for me, that means that what I'm getting from that is, you know, to don't let emotions overrun you to the point where they're driving you, you're not using them to your advantage, right? So be mindful that your emotions might be at play this week, and for you to be able to think clearly, act clearly, and move forward in clarity may mean that you need to take control or understand more how your emotions are at play this week for you, lovely group number 2s. That is all I have. If you like this, then hit that like button. Subscribe if you wish to, and hit the bell notification so that you know when I post. Leave me a comment. Let me know how this resonates with you. I'd love to know. And if you think this is helpful, then share it with somebody else. Anyway, take care, my dears. I shall see you next week in love and light. Okay, pile 3, welcome, welcome. Let's see what's going on for our lovely group number 3s. We have the Page of Swords, we have the Queen of Cups, we have the Lovers, we have Pleasure, Waning Gibbous number 2, number 18. We have Compass, number 50. We have the Ace of Swords. And we have 11, Mew and Vine. Okay, let's see what's going on for our lovely group number threes. The Page of Swords. So the Page of Swords is all about information. It's all about understanding. It's all about some knowledge that you are going to receive this week. It's upright, so you may be actively looking for it, or it may come about in a way like from spirit in, you know, what somebody says to you, what you see. Some form of understanding is coming to you at this point in time or sometime during this week. A real light bulb moment. It's not just, you know, any old bit of information. It's almost like the one missing piece that you haven't been able to connect everything else to, because this one bit of knowledge or information has been missing to you. This is also indicates you know, curiosity, energy, that sort of creative type. You know, so she's like the conductor for the you know, electricity. It's that sort of hidden knowledge, that spark, that understanding. It could be in relation to spirituality. We have birds here, and whenever I see birds, I also they for me indicate you know, spirit in some way. So this could definitely be delivered to you by spirit, but it also could be an intentional thing that you're seeking this week. Then we have the Queen of Cups, who you know, is fully immersed in her emotions, but they're calm, they're clear, they're settled. There's no rough waters here. For me, this is all about you know, that peaceful feeling that you get that sometimes just washes over you, and you think, yes, I wish I could feel this all the time. Now, this could be related to a relationship. Most definitely. I mean, we do get the Lovers, which is all about a romantic or personal relationship. Not necessarily always romantic, but it could be an important relationship, let me put it that way. But it may also be in relation to a decision that you need to make as well, a significant decision that is coming your way. And I think that once you get this information, this clarity, this understand, this spark of inspiration, whatever that is for you, then I think you're, you know, and you're fully immersed in your peaceful emotions, then, you know, this particular choice, if that is what it is for you this week, will become a very easy thing for you to do. So very, very much a lovely week ahead, guys, from what I'm getting so far. Then we have Pleasure, which is waning gibbous number 2. It's number 18, which reduces down to a number 9. And, you know, 9 for me is all about attaining, you know, almost there. You're almost there. You just got that little bit, you know, that one more step to do before that cycle or event or task or project or whatever it is completes. But for me, this is all about the pleasure in your life at this time. You know, if you look at this picture, she's fully centered in her realm of pleasure, right? She's enjoying the moment. She's enjoying the experience. She's opening her heart fully to the pleasure and joy that is surrounding her. And I think that is advice which we can always take on board, right? Sometimes we get caught up in the doing. We forget about, you know, leaning back into those more pleasurable activities or experiences that we can also have in our life, right? So mindful to keep that, you know, in play. Then we've got the Compass, but it's in reverse. So for me, the feeling that I get from this is that you've been not able to go in a direction that feels right for you for a particular thing or area in your life, but that this is coming to clarity. I do believe that this is what this message is here for some. So it could be in, as I said, it could be in relation to a relationship, an important one, but it could be in any area of your life. What was not clear, what you did not have clarity around, and what you did not know which way to go, is now becoming clear, and your compass will come into. You will know what is your true north very, very soon, or this week, right? We also have the Ace of Swords, and again, this is a spark of knowing, you know, the beginning of something new. It is the, you know, clarity. It's very much in relation to the Page of Swords, right? So I think that this is where you're starting your week off for me. So this card can either be, energies that you inhabit or experience in the recent past, or what you're moving to. I think you've already had this moment, or becoming very close to having this moment earlier on in the week, because for me, you're moving from the ace, which is the initial spark. We get lots of sparks of creativity, understanding, clarity, but quite often we don't do anything with them, right? But the Page of Swords is where you're actually taking that spark and you're doing something with it. It's bringing you more peace, whatever this is for you in your life this week. It's bringing you more peace, it's bringing you more centeredness, it's bringing you more more equilibrium to the emotional aspects of your life. And so for me, it's all about, that spark. We quite often get sparks of information, sparks of clarity, sparks of understanding, but we don't often do anything with them, right? But this is you taking that spark and you're actually doing something with it, which is how you've gone from the Ace of Swords to the Page of Swords very quickly this week. I do think that this is definitely something that has either just recently occurred or will occur very early on in the week for you. Then we have number 11, which is Muin or Vine. I will read from the Celtic Tree Oracle for this particular card. This is a chieftain card, so it is the equivalent of a major arcana, so much as the Lover's card is there. So this is a significant message, this is the significant relationship. So the key words: bringing things to fruition, abundance, harvest, community, prophecy, psychic, enjoyment, celebration, laughter, abundance, summer, intoxication, and ecstasy. Muin Vine. When you get the vine in a reading, you are promised abundance and fulfillment. You harvest what you have worked so hard to create. You can expect results and tangible manifestation. Pat yourself on your back, take your bows, and enjoy the recognition and applause. However, you are also asked to watch for signs of arrogance and hubris. Do not take this fulfillment for granted. Rather, sing praises of gratitude and count your blessings. This card suggests celebration. This can be simply shared gratitude for the bounty available at this time of the year. Get together with others to celebrate your community. Be grateful together for all that you have. This is a card for creative expression through the arts, theatre, writing, or performance. You know that this is a time for something big. Tap into your bigger than life energy and expect expansion, creativity, and generosity. This is also a time to seek the oracle, as Vine encourages prophecy. Find a good reader or select your own favourite tool. So some very good, powerful messages there from Vine, and I do get that feeling of movement, of expansion, right? You're expanding, even with these two cards, right? You're expanding from the One of Swords through to the Page of Swords, right? So there is lots of activity needed for you to expand and start to create what it is you desire in relation to this particular, job, prospect, project, task, relationship. It could be in any part of your life. Then we have your Heart and Soul Oracle. Be bold and strong, for you are the creator of your own destiny. Look within and you find everything you need there. Burst forth from your cocoon and fly. The sky is the limit if you follow your heart and your own inner guidance. Listen to what others say, but do not blindly follow their advice. And I think that's always very strong advice, right? Always, if you wish to ask for advice, ask for help, go ahead and do that, right? But always, always, always take that advice, take that assistance, and move forward with it based on your intuition, your knowledge, your understanding, your desire. And if someone's offering something to you, which is a message that's coming through for me at this time, if someone's offering something to you and there are catches with it, like, I will give this to you, but then you don't need what it is they're offering. It's very important that you can do what you want with their assistance, with their advice, not necessarily them insisting that you do something that they wish for you to do with that. Then with the Sea Melodies Oracle, we have change. Know when to move to a new shell, especially if it no longer fits. And I do get that, right? This is a week of change for you. There is something that is moving, something that is flowing, something that is creating. There is definite movement and expansion around you this week, but one that is a peaceful expansion. I'm not getting the feeling that it is overly, troublesome at all. In fact, a very placid week. We all need them, right? This is your divine door. And nomad, the nomadic wanderer lies deep inside. So take a leap now. Don't crawl back and hide. Very sound advice, right? So, don't take that step back. Don't close yourself off. Open yourself up to whatever this experience is for you this week. I think that's very important. We all have times in our life where we want to take that step back, where we think we're brave enough, and yet when we actually get to the point where we need to do something, we go, oh, I'm not quite ready for this, and that's perfectly fine. But the message I'm getting for a lot of you this week is now is the time for you to step forward. Now is the time for you to make that journey, to start that journey, to take the next step, to come out of your cave, to let the world see you as you truly and beautifully as you are. Then we have the sacral chakra. Now the sacral chakra, when it's in balance, you will find that you move gracefully. You will be open to the experience of life. There will be no sort of wanting to go and hide in the corner somewhere. You will be nurturing to yourself and others. You will be able to change, and you have healthy boundaries. However, when it's out of balance, you may be ruled by your emotions. You may be manipulating others by various different means. You may be oversensitive. You may become or feel emotionally dependent on someone or something. When it is underactive, you may have poor social skills, you may deny yourself pleasure, you may be fearful of change, and you may lack desire, passion, and excitement. And again, as I always say, only you will know how that is resonating for you at this particular point. If you think it's over or underactive, then please, there are many YouTube videos which you can listen to, meditations which can help heal and bring your chakras back into alignment. You may also, or alternatively, wish to get some energy healing done or some Reiki. Now, I'll get on to the charm casting part of your reading. So this is my charm casting mat. For those of you that haven't been here before, welcome. This is whatever falls in this bowl is your focus for the week, and then we will go around the different areas of your life and have a look at what lands in there, see what messages there are for you. Really going to shuffle this up. Okay, let's see. So we got the moon. So the moon is something is going to be revealed. So again, this fits in with the cards that we've got on the table, very, 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 very well. Around your focus bowl, we have the turtle. For me, she represents Mother Nature, right? She's the physical representation of Mother Nature that I like to have. So that is calling for you to be in nature or to be grounded in nature this week. We also have the pliers, which are also in your physical environment as well. So there may be some important repairs that need to be done this week. and I'll get more into that as we get closer, because there's other signs of that as well. We also had the butterfly, which was sort of in your important centerpiece there, but also in your career and or money matters. There is some transformation, some transmutation, some change coming in those areas. If we go to your romance and partnerships, here we've got Mother Nature again. So again, maybe spending some time out in nature. Just get that into the screen. We've also got teddy bear, so this could be some important relationship there with a child. We've also got the star, which is hope being offered. It's sort of in between romance. It's mainly in romance and partnerships, but could also be in your spirituality area as well. It's borderline. So again, there is some sort of hope around something to do with either of those areas. We've got the angel, which again is spirituality. We've also got the cross, which for me is also spirituality as well. So there is some, some relationship which, you're going to have to call on and rely on your spirituality or your spiritual or your faith even around something in that. We've also got love here, which is in your importance, and it's sort of, mostly in your romance and partnerships there as well, but also a little bit in your spirituality and personal growth. So, I think for me, the message that I'm getting here with this particular thing is that your romance and spirituality and personal growth are all very, very, very connected at this time. Just outside of the circle up here, we have fish, which means abundance to me. So there is abundance around you at this time. Then we move into your spirituality and personal growth. We've got the mermaid, which is all about your emotions. So looking at, your emotions around your spirituality or personal growth, and ensuring that you are very cognizant or very understanding of what's at play there with your emotions. We have the Pegasus, which to me is, standing in your own power and experiencing the magic of what that feels like. When you are truly, truly, truly centered in your personal power and you act accordingly, just feel how magical that feels when you are really feel like you have good control and charge over your life, your emotions, your feelings, your thoughts, beliefs, etc. We also have love. So love plays an important part in your spirituality or personal growth this week. We've also got the seahorse, which is crossing between your health and well-being and spirituality and personal growth. And again, the seahorse for me is all about power, but it's also all about nurturing. So the seahorse, the male, it's also masculine energy, so it's actively doing that, right? It's not, that more of that female-based nurturing type energy. This is action-orientated energy. The seahorse, to me, the male actually carries this. So the female gets impregnated, and then she transfers all those eggs to the male, who then carries them to term and then births them out into the environment. So it's also about partnership as well, but very masculine energy is what I get from that. Moving on into your health and well-being, we have the cat, which is all about trusting your intuition, being independent, thinking independently, acting independently. Just outside we have the key, which means that you may not have everything that you need right at this second, but it is definitely coming to you this week. It's almost there. You almost have everything that you need. We then have the fairy, which for me is all about magic and mischief. So there could be some mischief around you this week with regards to your health and well-being. It could be that you are being a little bit mischievous with your health and well-being this week, having a little bit of fun and maybe not sticking to your plan that you may have had for yourself previously. We've also got the star, which is hope. So if there's any question around your health and well-being this week, this is asking for you to have hope in the situation. We've also got the sun, which is borderline between spirituality and growth, and this is all about happy, fun, sun-filled, vibrant times. So you could be feeling very vibrant, in your spirituality, personal growth, health and well-being at this time. Then we have physical environment. Now I said I'd get back to that because we had the pliers here, and we've also got the hammer, which to me means that there is something that needs to be repaired in your physical environment at this time. There is also the parrot, and it's sort of borderline just between health and well-being and physical environment, but that is, for me, a parrot is a message of some sort that is coming your way. We've also got the dolphin, which is fun. So whatever it is that you're doing in your physical environment today, you may find it quite enjoyable and enjoy the process. So have some fun while you're doing it. We also have the key, which is mostly there in your physical environment, but not quite. So there may be one other thing that you need to be able to complete a project that you're working on at this time. Outside here, we've got the rhinoceros. To me, that is about pushing through. You know, whenever I think about the rhinoceros, I think about head down with his horns, you know, and he comes, you know, belting up to you at full speed, you know, ready to just push you out of the way or knock you out of the way, right? So that to me is what that represents. It's pushing through, you know, putting your head down, nose to the grindstone, getting the work done and just pushing through. Then we move into family. You've got the key again. So the key is all about having everything that you need for a particular situation that is occurring in your family at this time. Outside, we've got the starfish here, which represents observation. So there may be something that you need to see and understand this week that will come through to you. And again, it's there's another one here in your career as well. So there's very much an observing type message or feeling that I'm getting for you. I've also got the skull and crossbones, which represents some poison, which to me is toxicity. So there may be some toxic type of behaviour or an experience or something that's happened that's not quite, you know, not quite above board, possibly is coming through as well. But there is also the peace symbol. So there will be, you know, a peaceful resolution if there is some sort of conflict going on in your workplace or career or business. We've also got the bike here. I can't remember the name of that bike now, but you know, when the bikes first came out, that's what they look like. It's all about movement, so there will be some movement in that as well. And then in money matters, we have a 4-leaf clover, which is good luck. So some good luck coming to you in your money matters. Between it's just outside of the circle, but between career and money matters, we have the elephant, which is all about family. It's all about knowledge and wisdom as well. So there may be something to learn or some wisdom that's required in those. We've also got the anchor here, which the steering wheel, I should say, which is all about steering your own direction. You're in control of where you're going and what you're doing. Underneath that, just there, we have the key again. So there is definitely a key. You know, you have the things that you need are coming towards you. We've got the star again, and we've got the peace symbol again. So very much peace and hope are coming towards you. Moving towards your money matters, I would say very strongly at this time. We've also got the angel here, which is spirit, your spiritual team there assisting you, helping you. We've also got the tree of life, which to me is all about your ancestry, your DNA history. You know, your ancestors are there helping you as well, supporting you in this particular area. You know, to me it looks like your money matters could be your career as well, but you know, they're sort of facing this way. So I'm sort of going with, get that in screen. There we go. So to me, I'm feeling it's more to do with your money matters, but it could also be doing career. Then we have the butterfly. So again, there's some sort of change or transformation coming towards your money matters. So maybe not this week, but soon there is some sort of change coming. Again, we've got in your leisure life, we've got change coming. So we haven't spoken about leisure and social life yet, but here we've got the horse. So it's standing in your own power, being very self-reliant, self-resilient in there. And we've also got the scales, which is all about balance. We've got the butterfly, as I said, coming towards you. So there is some form of change coming towards you. And I'm not sure if I mentioned the seahorse just outside your leisure, romance and partnerships, social life. But again, that's all about standing in your own power. It's all about action. It's a very, very masculine energy that is required in either of those areas and coming towards you. So just heads up about that. Anyway, that is your charms reading for this week. I think a really, really positive week, guys. One of, movement, one of change, one of, clarity, understanding exactly where you're going and what you're doing. A really, really lovely week coming ahead for our lovely group number 3s. Again, if you like what you've seen, hit that like button. If you wish to subscribe, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you know when I upload. If you think this will be useful to anybody else, then please share with them. I'd like these messages to get to the people that actually need to hear them and see them. And lastly, let me know how this resonates with you. Leave me a comment. I'd really love to see how these messages play out in your life. Anyway, that's all I have, group number 3s. Take care, have a lovely week, and I shall see you at the next reading in love and light. Hello, group number 4. Welcome, welcome, welcome. For those of you that chose this particular door or this particular crystal, let's see what's going on for you, lovely group number 4s this week. We have the Devil. We have the Ace of Pentacles. We have the 3 of Pentacles. We have Balance. We have Wizard of Awareness, number 3. Balance, is number 19, which reduces down to 10, which reduces down to 1. We have the 4 of Swords, 4 of Clubs. 4 of Wands, don't know where I got clubs from. Then we have the Heather, Mistletoe, which is in reverse, number 18, which reduces down to number 9 for those that wish to look into the numerology side more. What am I getting for your lovely group number 4s? So the first card that we have is the Devil. There is something that is holding you back. There is something that you need to let go of. So this could be a behavior, a thought, a belief. There is something which is controlling you. You're not in control of it. So please take how that resonates for you in your life. It's not made in any judgment of any kind. It's just, I'm reading what the card tells me. The card's telling me that there is something that is you're not in control of at this point in time. You're being controlled by whatever this is. Now, we're all on different journeys. We all have different experiences, different situations, and you will know what this is in relationship to you. There is, though, the offer of a new beginning of some sort. So a new, a new venture, a new undertaking, a new beginning of some sort that is available to you should you wish to nurture it into being. And that is the importance of the aces, right? We all get these opportunities, we all get these ideas, understanding, inspirations, however the aces manifest for you. But it is then our decision to actually take that spark of whatever it is and nurture that into being, which then starts that journey on manifestation of whatever this. Now, this can be in any relationship any relationship. Now that's important, that just came out. So it could very well be in relation to a relationship for the majority of you, but it may not be. I've also got the Three of Pentacles, so it could be also in relation to material activities. We've also got Wands as well on the table, so really, it could be any area of your life. Then we have the Three of Pentacles, which is all about teamwork. So for me, the way that I'm reading these three cards together is there is something which you need to release, let go of, some form of addiction. Maybe I'm getting, then this may be a specific message for one or two people, I'm not sure, but there is an addiction of some sort for which you need, and you realise now, or you will soon come to the realisation that you need to let it go, whatever this is for you. There is an opportunity when you make that decision for a whole new beginning to start, but you cannot do this alone, is the message that I'm getting. So please, if this is something significant in your life, reach out, go to a professional for some assistance if you need to. If not, if it's something that is more manageable and not as traumatic or as triggering as removing some forms of addiction can be, then please go ask for assistance. This is calling for you to ask for help, is the message that I'm getting for that. Then this is all about balance, bringing more balance into your life. When we have these addictive type or problematic or behaviors, thought patterns, understandings, beliefs, when we have these in our life, they quite often we are not in balance. It brings about instability within ourselves, in our bodies, in our hearts, in our minds, or in our environment. And what this is asking you to do is to look at bringing more balance into your life with whatever this thing is that you need to let go of. So I think it's very important. I feel this really strongly that for one or two of you, very much there is a need for you to let something that is very damaging go. Wizard of Awareness. Now, normally when this is upright means that you are fully aware and understand the situation at play. So what I'm getting is there may be some confusion, there may be some lack of clarity around the situation which you may be experiencing at this point in time. But I feel that very early on in the week, this is bringing you to a very good understanding of what it is you need to release at this point in time. Then we have the Four of Wands. Now, this particular position in my readings can either be energies that you've experienced in the recent past, or energies that you're moving towards in the near future. And for me, I'm feeling very strongly the Four of Wands is all about celebration, family. It could be a marriage, it could be a joyous occasion. And for me, I think this is where I feel the energies are moving this way rather than where it was in the past. I think this is something that you're moving towards, something that you're going to be very happy about, that you took the time to deal with whatever this is for you. It will bring you some joy. It will also bring you within a community where you can celebrate and support each other as well, is another message that I'm getting there as well. Then we have Heather, Mistletoe, which is in reverse, and it is number 18. I'm reading from the Celtic Tree Oracle. It is very, very hot here today, very humid. And it's very hot in my little room where I read my cards. Now, Heather, Mistletoe. Now, this is a chieftain, so it is a significant message for you. Now, the key words are for when this card is upright, so just be mindful that yours is in reverse, and I will read the reverse message in 1 second. It represents healing, spiritual development, making contact with the spiritual dimensions, fertility, solid foundations, the spiritual path, and all healed. So when you get it in reverse, summer is a time of fullness, but you may feel you are not in the flow. Perhaps you are blocking messages and help from other dimensions. be it in the form of guides, helpers, totems, ancestors, or divinity. This is a time to open up to love, dreams, and possibilities. But you may feel that you are in a hopeless situation and are on your own. This is simply not true. Gratitude for what you do have can bring you back to a sense of connection. You are advised to begin a healing journey into your inner self and the unseen realms. Don't put off the need to go to the doctor, visit your therapist, or talk to a trusted friend or relative. You are not alone. It is time to get back to nature and the simple pleasures of life. Take some time to sit by a tree and observe the birds, the bees, and the butterflies. Simply be and allow the healing that you need to take place. You are invited to drop negative thoughts and feelings and cultivate healthy ones. With your intention, you can turn things around. And I think that card fits in perfectly with the cards that we have on the table currently, right? Very much that is the supporting message for the underlying, themes for you that are occurring this week. Very, very powerful. This is your Heart and Soul Oracle. You are protected by a higher power that also want to help you. If the path seems blocked, there is good cause. Take this divine intervention as a sign from above and wait. When the time is right, all flows with ease. That is a message for some, absolutely, but the main message I'm getting, if in this particular situation that is with you at this time, the time is now. The time is right. This is when you need to strive to bring more balance, more health, well-being into your life. I'm feeling that really strongly, group number 4s. For your Sea Melodies Oracle, we have communicate. Things left unsaid will never reach the shore. And I think, again, that is a really good supporting message for the cards that are on the table. Ask for help. Reach out to somebody. You're not alone. You don't have to do this alone. In fact, you should be working with others for whatever this is for you and how it's representing itself in your life this week. Very much need to be working with others. And then we have destiny. One door closes, another opens for you. Let the plans of destiny unravel true. So for me, that's that is also indicating that this is a life lesson for you. Something of very, very, very much importance is needing your healing, needing your attention, needing your lesson to be fulfilled, to be understood, to be processed, so that then you can move ahead in a much more harmony, even, peaceful way is the message that I'm getting. Then we have this crystal, which is your root chakra. When it's in balance, you have good health and vitality, you feel grounded, you're comfortable in your body, you feel safe and secure, you're able to relax and be still, and you feel very stable. When it's overactive, you may be hoarding, you may be feeling very materialistic, you could be feeling lazy, sluggish, you could be struggling with greed as well, you could be fearful of change. When it is underactive, you may be feeling disconnected from your body, you may be feeling anxious, restless, you may have poor focus and discipline, you may have poor boundaries, and you may be feeling very disorganized and scattered at this point in time. As I always say, you will only know how that is resonating for you in your life this week. If you think it's under or overactive, there are many YouTube videos with meditations that can help heal and bring your chakras back into alignment. You can also obviously get some energy healing done or Reiki done as well to help with that. Very powerful reading. Okay, now I'll get on to your charm casting. So this is my charm board for those that haven't seen my videos before. Whatever falls in this bowl will be your focus for the week, and then we will just read whatever else falls alongside. I will lift it up because it doesn't fit in my little tiny filming space that I have. Just shuffle these. Okay, so in our focus bowl are the scales. So there is balance, or that's the first and main message that I'm getting, is there's balance coming to you this week, but there also could be some justice as well. So justice either in, to do with a legal situation or some other form of justice where injustice has been experienced. So I'm just going to pop that to one side so I can see. So in this, this circle here in the middle is things that are going to be important for you this week, either to keep in mind or to support you. So the first one that we can see here is the mermaid. Now the mermaid is all about emotional stability. So I think it's very important that you remain as emotionally stable as you can this week. We also have the elephant, which is sort of sitting in spiritual and personal growth, so it could be in relation to that as well, but it's also wisdom, family, support, being surrounded by those that support you is very important. Then we also have the teddy bear, so that could have things to do with children or your inner child, something to do with someone that is younger than you in some way. Now we'll get on to your different sectors. So you haven't really got anything that is fully in romance and partnerships. You've sort of got the tail of the unicorn, so I'll add that in. You've sort of got the, the tip of the star. So the star is all about hope. It's all about being hopeful, hope-filled. Fame even could be something that's associated with that as well. And we've also got the tail of the unicorn. So that is, standing in your own power. It's also something magical that is occurring. So there's a chance of that being appropriate for some. Just outside though, we've got the bat, which is all about trusting your inner senses. The bats very much rely on their sonic sense, and this is the same advice for you. Rely on your senses. All of them, not just what you can see, hear and touch, but also your intuition as well. We also have the fairy, so for me that is all about fun. It could also be some mischief as well, because fairies, as we know, can be mischievous at times. Moving into our spiritual growth, we've got the elephant, which we talked about before, which could be in connection to that, but the unicorn is very much in your spiritual and personal growth area this week. So standing in your own power and, experiencing the magic of that occurring. Up here, coming towards the spiritual and personal growth, we've also got love here. So maybe there is, some loving intentions to yourself that might be required at this time. In our health and well-being, we've got the four-leaf clover, so there is going to be some luck in association to your health and well-being. We've also got love there, so again, that message of, having love for yourself, or someone showing you love in some way is going to be good for your health and well-being. So that should happen for you this week as well. We've also got the spanner, which is, sitting between your physical environment and your health and well-being. Now the spanner to me is all about releasing something. When we use a spanner, that is exactly what we're doing. We're releasing that nut and being able to remove it or tighten it up, right? So for me, but also it's a tool, so it indicates that there is work to be done, possibly in releasing something. So it could be, again, supporting the cards that we have on the table in relation to some sort of negative behaviour, thought, or ideas, whatever that is for you, that releasing that from your life this week. We've also got love, which is sort of just got its tip in there, so there is, again, supporting the love message, which is already there, so I'll just move that to one side. Just outside again, we've got another love coming towards you. So I think what this is telling me is that this is love that you need to have for yourself, right? This is understanding just how special, unique and important you are and truly working on yourself from a place of love. In our physical environment, we've got quite a lot going on this week in here. Just turn that around. So we've got love, which we've talked about. So, you know, showing some love, tending, caring for someone or something in your physical environment. We've also got the anchor. Now, the anchor to me has two meanings. One is obviously the anchor can keep us safe if we're a boat from crashing into the rocks or beaching ourselves. But so that could be definitely something, you know, something that you need to put in place to keep yourself safe this week. But also it could be that an anchor also restricts your movement. So you may have put an anchor out before, which is now restrictive in its practice, and you may need to pull it up so that you can move forward more easily with something in your physical environment. We've got the bunny rabbit. To me, that's experience, abundance, and growth. We've also got the fish, which is abundance. So we've got two signs of abundance in your physical environment. We've also got the cross, which to me represents spirituality, and the heart again, which is love. We've got lots of love messages this week. There's another one there. Is that? Oh no, that's an elephant. We'll get back to that in a minute. But there's also the safety pin, and the safety pin is, you know, keeping something together. And needing to pull something together. So there may be something in your physical environment which you need to temporarily fix. Now, coming towards your physical environment, we've got, again, we've got the grapes, which indicates abundance, celebration even. So if you're buying or owning your own home, maybe there's some sort of celebration around that. Sorry, I just knocked it. We've also got the skull, which represents death. So there is an ending of some sort. Maybe you're moving or you know, moving from a new place into a different place. That will resonate differently for everyone, but definitely an ending of some sort. We've also got the fork, which to me represents the food that we put in or what nourishes us. So maybe it's a time this week where we can have a look at our physical environment and see if it is nourishing us or draining us in some way. And we also have the star coming towards us where, you know, there is so very much hope, very much, you know, feeling very happy and content in our environment. Moving on to our family, where I would have to say the majority of quite a lot of charms fell. So an important week for you, as is your physical environment. We've got the crystal, which for me always represents healing. We've got the ram's head, which always represents some headbutting of some sort. So maybe a little bit of conflict with someone around something could be important. We also have the planet there, so that could be something to do with your emotions, maybe around the planetary movements of some sort this week, which may bring about a situation which may, you know, cause a little bit of problem. I'm not feeling though it's significant though, just irritations more than anything. We've got the angels, so, you know, within your family we've got spiritual support around you at this time. We've got the saw, which is, you know, needing to cut something away. So again, this fits in with the cards that we have, and this could be, you know, something within your family needs to be cut away, needs to be removed. We've got the elephant, which is all about family, loyalty, you know, keeping together, that sort of thing. We've got the peacock, which is beauty and recognising the beauty within your family. Again, we've got angels, right? So you're very much spiritually supported in your family area this week, very much. We've also got the cleaver, which to me is very much like the sword, right? It's all about cutting something away. It's sort of moving in towards your career or business, but also your family, so it could go either way. It's not quite there yet, but there is something again which needs to be removed at this point in time. And then again, just outside but moving towards your family, we've got the crown, which is all about standing in your own sovereignty, standing in your own strength, knowing and using your power to the best advantage that you can. Then we have your career and business. So first of all, we've got the lion, which is all about strength, being in your strength, maintaining your strength. We've got the cross, which represents spirituality for me. So there may be, something to do with spirituality, which is in relation to your career or business. So it may be something that's occurring which, you need to tap into your spirituality to help you navigate through whatever that is. Then we have the tennis racket, which for me is all about toing and froing, right? Hitting the ball backwards and forwards, or one way if you play tennis with me, because I can never hit one back. But anyway, toing and froing. This is all about, there may be some toing and froing with something in relation to your career or business. You may not be able to settle something this week because there's, going backwards and forwards. It may be in relation to a contract or an agreement or something of that kind. We do have the fish next. This little baby here is all about abundance and coming your way. And then we have the peacock, which is all about beauty as well as abundance, right? The peacock to me has an abundance of feathers, so that represents abundance as well. And again, that's just a sort of moving into your money matters as well. So that could be in relation to your business and or money matters. Let me get that into the shot. There we go. Sorry, I wasn't sure where that was. Just here. Just outside here, we've got the poodle, which is a dog, and that's all in relation to loyalty. Yeah, I'll leave it at loyalty. That's the only message that I'm getting. Sometimes I do get another one, but not today. I'm just getting loyalty. And then we also have the deer, and the deer to me represents spirituality, represents nature, represents being grounded. So maybe in relation to your money matters coming your way. It's not quite here this week, but heading your way is some form of groundedness that needs to be taken into account with your money matters. In your leisure and social life, we have the music. So there could be some form, maybe you're going to a concert or a bar or somewhere where music's being played, but also it could be related to work as well. We've got the computer, which to me is all about work. So there could be some sort of work activity that's at play for you this week. And I think that's it. I think we've now picked up on all the charms. Just get myself situated. There we go. So I think a very powerful week for you, group number ones. I think there is definitely something that needs to be released this week. You need to take the opportunity that's being offered to you and ask for assistance as you progress through this week to a much more balanced feeling within your life, within your well-being, within your health, your mental health, your physical health, or your spiritual health. A very, very strong, powerful week for you, group number fours. Lovely. Anyway, that's all I have. I do hope that was helpful for you. If you did like it, hit that like button, or also if you wish, you can subscribe and hit that notification bell as well so that you know when I upload. And if you think this would be helpful for somebody else, then please share that with them and leave me a comment. If this resonates with you or it doesn't resonate with you, leave me a comment, let me know. I'd love to know how this reading plays out for different people. Anyway, that's all I have, my lovely group number fours. Take care. I wish you nothing but love, joy and light, and I shall see you at the next reading. Bye.